Yeah, we're good.
Yes, sir. We are live, baby.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Crypto Night School. I'm your boy Jay Boogie. These are my guys, Professor Sticks and Canucks. We talk about crypto, blockchain, NFTs, and Bitcoin.
Yes,
How's
sir.
everybody
Big
doing
B's.
tonight?
Big B's.
I'm doing great.
Scary.
Other than my daughter giving me a hard time trying to go to sleep.
Recording in progress.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
I just
Beta is out.
Guy baited us.
did I.
It's
Oh,
all
my
good.
bad.
Recording
It's all
stopped.
Bro,
No,
stop
my bad.
doing that.
I'm checking. I'm making sure that you're on point. You're on
Gucci.
point.
I'm Gucci. You already know.
Listen,
I
fam.
actually I'm not feeling good, so that's why I'm drinking this tea. But I had to pull up for my guys.
I feel like
Yo,
there's
listen
a
to
bug
me.
going
Listen to me.
around.
A bug, fam. The bugs
Not-
were doing bench press and sit-ups while we were in our house, and they're waiting. They're like, "Look, these men think COVID is serious. We're gonna show them." And as soon as they let us in the street, bam, 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 bam. Everybody's getting jumped. Stomach
Yeah.
bug, headache, chest cold, pneumonia. I'm coming. It's
Yeah, yo.
ruthless.
It's wild.
Good,
All right,
fella.
though. Summer around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, how are those bugs affecting the crypto market? Is it are they feeling it, or is it just us?
Man,
Yo,
I
dog.
think crypto market got termites, boy. I tell you. Yeah, in the last 24 hours, we dipped down back below that $2 trillion mark, down 5% on the day. Yeah, on the day. Crypto is one of those things though, like literally you have to like 5%. Imagine if Apple dropped 5% in a day, like to be breaking news. It's kind of like a Tuesday for crypto. Last week we were green. This week most stuff's red, double digits, 11, 16, 12, 13, 10. Highly correlated assets, right? But you know what is pumping right now? The one and only thing that is truly green on this chart, ApeCoin, because they did that
Other
I'm
side.
sure the other side joint.
Yeah.
So ApeCoin is pumping, it's up 30%. But man, pretty much everything is hit, like more or less everything. You pick your poison. You're either down a lot or you're down more. So
Not
it's good, though,
financial advice, but it's a question for both of you.
Mhm.
If you are underexposed to Bored Apes, meaning you probably own nothing because it's probably out of your price range. Speaking for myself, yes.
Bro, that's
Not
like a
even
one
exposed.
bedroom apartment. It's like a
Would-
one bedroom apartment for a board ape.
Would you carry a little bag of ApeCoin?
What's it do for you? I know you could spend it in a restaurant. No, is that like?
Well, I mean, there's okay. If you're betting on a project, you're people in this space. You're betting on Bored Apes and you're betting on Gary V, right? Like those guys do the right thing about most of the time, right? So you can there's rumors that you can purchase real estate with it, in real life real estate.
I think it's only one place though, Eli.
Yeah, to start. But that was like as soon as they announced it, they're like, oh, you can buy properties in Miami with Ape. Right. So they literally like I don't know if anybody actually did it or if anything came from it, but like they literally gave people houses if that's the case. You know
I know
what I mean?
they plan to use ApeCoin in the other what's it called? Other side.
Other side. Yeah.
But man, I'm not too familiar with like the tokenomics. Is it deflationary? Can man just print out more ape coins whenever they want? Like I'm not too familiar with all that. So for me, I would probably just stick with what I'm already doing. Because when I saw it was listed on Coinbase, it was listed pretty quickly. And at the time, I think it was like 10 or 11 bucks. I think that might have been the time to get in and do your quick flip, like a little gamble thing. But now I'm not too familiar with like the ecosystem and what they plan to do with it. So I don't know if that would be good enough exposure for me to get into that.
So the Ape token is actually like it's a DAO token. So I guess like for every Ape token you own, it's a vote in the Ape DAO, if that makes sense.
Is
right?
the ape coin the same as the ape token?
Yeah, sorry, the Ape coin is like you're voting in the Ape DAO. So I put this much ape to vote on this or whatever.
And didn't they raise VC capital? And I think they did a portion of, or like the company behind the apes, obviously. What is it? Yuga
Yeah,
Labs?
yeah.
Yeah, I think they did like a fundraising round, like traditional, went to some VCs and they got like USD. And then they did like a token thing as well. And it was like people were criticizing for them double dip. Don't quote me on that. But I say that to say, as far as tokenomics, I'm pretty sure that there's a vesting period on a lot of those tokens where they cannot be just like dumped on the market because of the way that they were distributed. Like they went to people who had to hold them for a certain amount of time. And personally, I feel like if you watched Bored Ape go from 0.8 to a couple hundred grand, you're probably not going to sell now. Like, why the heck? You would have sold 100 times along the way.
Yeah.
P.S. Yo, do y'all like when the screen is this way, or do you want me to put it the other way, like this? Did that make a difference for you?
I think we control our own view.
I have no clue. What
Oh,
you're
for
talking
real?
about.
For
Yeah.
real? Yo, I had like one presenter in the middle and like all the little guys at the top.
Oh, no. Mine is,
Wow.
I have, well, you see how it looks on the stream. That's how mine's set up.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not watching. You watch your own stream, fam?
Yeah, to make sure everything's good.
Well, that's smart. That's why your professor
Yeah.
sticks.
Except
Okay,
I don't
never
listen
mind.
to it back, so I didn't know didn't have audio for 30 minutes last time.
Oh yeah, yo,
But this time I
RIP
made
to
sure.
the stream.
This time I
Gang.
made sure. But yeah.
So what's next? What's popping? We talked about ApeCoin.
Well,
ApeCoin going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like since we're on that, Sticks brought up the other side, which is said to be Bored Ape's version of the metaverse.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of speculation as to what actually is going to happen in there. They've teased a bunch of different things, but like they're having a drop soon. If I can get the laser, so I can.
I sent a link. They dropped a thread.
Yeah,
on
and that's
how
what
to
I was gonna pull up.
Bet. I
Yeah.
sent the link in
Get ahead.
Yes, sir, Ski. I got it. Yes.
Yeah, I sent that.
All right, appreciate you.
And always has the parent lock on things for us, yo. That's how you know he's a real dad, yo.
I had it pulled up too.
Yo, the other day I actually didn't even have the child lock on my door. And it was the day when my son found out that the door opens from the inside.
Man.
We were in the parking lot though, so
That's good. Most cars can't
Damn,
even
man.
open while you're driving nowadays, so that's a good thing.
All
What car
right.
you got?
I have a Volkswagen. If you're driving it auto locks and you can't pull, if you pull it doesn't open.
See, look, you got one of them fancy cars.
So for the people who don't know, like I said, the other side is Bored Ape's version of the metaverse, or that's what it's said to be. And I think it was a month ago they asked their community to KYC once they had their partnership with Animoca, which I think is a Japanese like game developer. It's pretty known in this space. And everybody was freaking out. They're like, I'm not KYCing. This is not Web3, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, whatever. I don't know what's going on. And
Meanwhile, how the hell did you get Ethereum in your wallet? Did you mine it? Did you mine the Ethereum?
we won't go there. We won't go there.
No.
But not right now, at least. But so what ended up coming from this was everybody that owned Ape got Ape token dropped to them based off of how many apes, mutant apes, and dogs that they owned. So the other side came out, and nobody really knows what is going to happen yet. Everybody's saying it's a land sale, but it was brought to my attention that I don't think Bored Apes actually ever said anything about selling land. So I think because it's the other side, everybody was saying that they're going to be selling land. And I don't think that was confirmed yet. But the thread said the mint will be exclusively in ApeCoin, though you'll need some ETH for gas. You'll want both in your wallet you use for the KYC. They're going with a Dutch auction style. So they're going to start at a certain price and it's going to slowly go down based off of the demand at the time. A lot of people are speculating that it's going to sell out at the top. And Bored Ape also hasn't announced the price that it's going to start at yet. So a lot of people are just kind of loading up on Ape, which is probably why we see the price go up. So I'm interested to see what happens when it comes down, or when whatever comes out. And apes that KYC'd aren't going to they're not gonna have like a specific time frame to mint. So I guess like they didn't have to KYC the ones that owned Bored Apes, because if we KYC'd and we owned Ape, we would be eligible for this drop actually. So there is that. And then whatever ApeCoin is spent in the Dutch auction will be locked up, and it won't be allowed to be used for a certain amount of time, which I thought was interesting. And I thought it was pretty fair. So, you know, as far as that, it was pretty vague, like what was coming out about Otherside. It wasn't anything like too groundbreaking, other than like it was coming out and you'll be able to purchase it with your ApeCoin, which a lot of people expected. So I'm kind of interested to see what comes from this. But as you guys know, last week on Friday, and NFL ALLDAY had their historical drops, little transition, and they were going for $84 US. And
tell us if the packs broke even. That's what I want to know.
What
did the packs?
Can you
break
just let me
even?
build the suspense? The packs did not break even. I don't think they did. But here's my thing, and this is what makes me kind of mad about things like this, because
can we pull it up? I want to see what it is. Is it like?
Can you guys see this?
Do you care if it broke even or not?
Shoot, let me go.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
No, from a collector standpoint, like, is it still fire enough that like you're not too hurt?
It depends.
But the reason why you want to break even is because if you don't, then you would have been better off to wait for other people to buy and then list that floor, and you could have bought your pack of whatever you wanted and spent less.
Yeah. So, it depends. Like in the short term, you want to break even, right? You want to feel good, like, okay, I put my money towards something and it didn't go down, and you know it's staying the same. But man, like, you know, just being in the NFL ALLDAY Discord, it's so tough to like collect these things because people are listing it at prices that are like that make no sense to me. Like, let me see this one right here. Steve McNair, for example, or Ricky Williams, right?
R.I.P. Steve McNair.
You know, a well-known player. So this Ricky Williams highlight, pretty good quality. He's running through people's faces. Tosses this guy down. Like, Courtney, if that ever happened, you need to retire.
Back.
This guy's hurt.
Well, why would that happen to me, dog?
That man held his back. Nah, yo. I got stiff arm like that.
You feel me?
So
I'm in the Discord and people are like, "Who's Ricky Williams?" I opened a pack and I got Ricky Williams. Is that a bad pull? And everybody's like, "That's an L pull." And I'm like, you guys are delusional. These are the people that we have collecting these NFL day ALLDAY moments. And I'm like, there's gonna be no winning with these people if they don't pull the best moment in this pack. And someone ended up pulling a Brett Favre number 4 jersey, only 10 of them, so that's probably going to go for like 50,000+, or it's going to be listed at that price.
But I think that just goes to show why people are there. Like, people back in the day were not buying hockey cards. I mean, I'm sure there were speculators, but it was harder for you to flip them. So people were truly collecting them because they liked the cards, or they liked the hobby, or they like the sport. But to your point, if it's NFT anything, it literally is just speculation driven with a few people who appreciate either the tech or the culture sprinkled in. But like the majority of people are there for the flip, I believe, because these don't
100%.
have like they don't have any like real utility coming. Like you're not going to a game in a certain
Ooh,
lounge.
are you sure?
I mean, if they
Are you
do,
all right? Check this
maybe
out. Let me.
they do, but okay. Put me on
Yeah,
game. Put me on
I'm
game
Shout
about
out
to.
to
because
Can
Cased Up in chat.
can
Was goody.
yes,
cased
sir.
up my dog. We in here darker than ever.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys drop a like for my man JB.
Yeah. You guys can see
JB
this
needs a
one,
like.
right?
He's got the flu,
He
man.
needs a like
I'm
on the
sad.
video because his packs are not breaking even right now.
I'm sad, but you guys can see this experience, right?
Yeah.
So you talk about the utility, right? And so I felt that way, and then they came out with this email days later. So if you own any rookie moment, they took a snapshot, and you are eligible for this draft day experience. So what they're doing is they're picking, I think they said 5 winners, and they're flying you out to Vegas for the draft. You have like these VIP red carpet kind of experiences. Some are going to be announcing draft picks in the 6th and 7th round. They're putting you in a 5-star hotel on the Las Vegas trip. Group dining experiences you can see. Bro, it took Top Shot like a solid amount of time to even come up with something like this. And this kind of, I'm not gonna, for me, if I had the opportunity to go, I probably wouldn't go. I'd probably send somebody else just because I'm, a professional athlete. I don't really care about this stuff. But for a fan, I'm saying for
Excuse me. How could I ever respect another man's game? Damn.
I'm just saying
I said been there, done that. I don't need to go.
But I'm saying like okay,
I thought he was gonna say I wouldn't go because I'm busy. Like
no. I'm not that busy. But we're you know what I mean? We played with some of these guys. What do I look like announcing a draft pick on the NFL draft?
Boy, stop. You know how many followers you're gonna get? I know you're into that kind of stuff. You'd be up there like, good, hey, bro. I'm Jay Boogie. I also go by Jay Bizzle on Twitch. And whatever. The 13th pick.
Yeah. Anyways, as you can see, they're thinking about this type of stuff. And the cool thing is the season hasn't even started yet.
I think that's good because they know that if they don't give people a reason to hold on to these, they're gonna tank hard, especially to your point, like realizing partially the market is made up of people who are there to speculate, and then partially it's fans of the game. So you want to try and draw people in deeper. I would actually really be interested to see how So Rare is doing comparatively, which is like I think it's European based, but they just hired somebody a few months ago who is like in America to help them expand into other US sports, I believe. But they have like a fantasy component. I know that's something that you're big on. That's
the only thing that's going to keep these things sustainable. I swear to you, this is the only thing. It only makes sense.
Yo,
yeah,
JB,
I want to see.
Have you heard of fan-controlled football?
Yeah, yo, our man's owns a team.
NFT Bark.
Okay, because
shout out to Steve. Yo, he owns the Bored Apes of Atlanta or something like that.
Oh, yeah, he's a co-owner, but I couldn't join that one. I think you have to own a Bored Ape or something like that. I thought it was interesting because
what's up? Let's pool our money together. We'll all sell our houses.
I'm down.
Hey, if they paid me to go play in that, if they gave me some good money, I'll go play.
Bro,
if they gave you an ape, would you go?
Throwing a pass to Terrell Owens. I thought that was dope.
I didn't see that.
It was a touchdown pass. Yo. That's how I found it. It was a highlight, and I'm like, yo, what is this? This looks dope. So I look it up, and it's like, yo, you could pick plays. You can vote for like celebrations and stuff like that. I'm like, okay.
The marketing on it is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's pretty crazy. They make it a show, a spectacle.
Yeah, it looks
sick.
But
but I don't want to spend too much time on my section, so I just want to end with this.
Listen, man, your section is where all the 30x's come from, bro. So we gotta.
Hey,
we
that's what
gotta
I like
dive
to
deep
hear.
in them.
It's a bear market
Um,
in crypto.
all
It
right,
really is.
then hold on, let me see.
It's not. It's a bloodbath.
I know we
right
see
now.
ourselves. You see this?
Is that the sevens you were talking about?
No. Okay, so this is a narrow, right? It's called a narrow verse. A narrow verse is they're like they brand themselves right now as like a decentralized streetwear brand or a decentralized brand, and they have like an anime vibe, right? So it's kind of like a this website's crazy, by the way. It's kind of like a combination of the sevens and Azuki. And they have about like 140,000 followers on Twitter right now. The Discord's booming. And it seems like everybody wants in to this. So the only thing about this is everything that's on here is super vague. So let me see. Their transit map is like their roadmap. And they talk about the Aneroverse, and they say our universe is very vast and there's so much that is yet to unfold. However, one thing for sure, quality and longevity is what our foundation will be built on. That doesn't really tell me anything. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like, and that's kind of how all these sections are. But they are talking about having their own anime series, which is something that the Sevens talked about. And they're also talked about having like a streetwear brand. I think they hint at a couple of things in their art that I feel like they're wanting to do. So that's what Azuki kind of hinted at as well for them as well. So it's kind of a combination of both. I actually got the whitelist for this project. So we'll see what happens. And this is
does anybody else see a pattern with the majority of projects?
Yes.
I think you have, so you have like
let me pull up the art.
Your Bored Apes. Hold on a second. Hold on. Because I want, that's the part. Leave that there for my monologue.
Okay.
You have the Bored Apes, right? And you got these projects like Doodles and whatever, and they've shipped some cool stuff. They've done some things that have set trends. You feel me? And then it seems like 99% of the other projects just have plans. And like their whole thing is a plan. Like they don't have nothing. Like it's literally who can tell the best story. Like who's got products? Like who shipped something? Who built some shit? That's why Megapont is so fire to me, is because like they're literally developers
building things.
They've built like 7 different things.
Yeah.
You know, they've dropped like 5 times. They have like 3 more coming. So it's like, this is dope. Like I think the aesthetic is super fire.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To your point, I feel like, ooh,
that's cool.
Yeah, they gotta back this up.
That's cool.
They gotta back this up. Like, think about how much effort that would be to be a rug. Like that would be such a shame.
Yeah, I feel like some people just gotta stick to like, this is an art project. Like just say it's an art project and that's what it is. Like you don't have to put utility behind it. It's not by force. Like you don't have to make it a metaverse and promise all these things. Like, yo, just this is an art project. If you support me, you like what I'm doing, cop it.
Because you know what the problem is? Everybody is, and I said it before, everybody's trying to be the project that just passed that was successful. So I'm not saying that they're trying to be Azuki, but it gives me Azuki vibes. The side profile, the anime art, like we've seen it before, right? Bored Apes, you know, people are giving out serums, people are giving out tokens now. Everybody's trying to catch up to Bored Apes. Stop it. They're so far ahead. Just be yourself. Build some stuff. If you actually want to build a project, build something that if NFTs disappeared, your project, your community has something that like to show for it. You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing. So I agree with you, Courtney, wholeheartedly. I think this art is dope. Like the amount of detail put into it, like I would have this as my PFP 100%. I would have something like it. You know what I mean? Yep. But yeah, I think and I think that that's
they got a collection.
They're not out yet. There's only going to be 7,777 of them.
I was about to say, let's hit that OS and check what the stats are.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I have a whitelist for it. So I forgot to mention that they're minting Soft date is mid-May. 7,777 of them, and they haven't said what the price for it is yet. But your boys got whitelist, so if that thing ends up being what it might be,
I literally only get ether to mint like these crazy JPEGs, and other than that, I keep like $50 of ether just in case I have to send something. But like,
yeah,
I'm always dry when it's time to mint because I don't really hold Ethereum like that.
100%. But I mean, that's all I got for you guys today. And
Word.
yeah.
Dang.
K-Stuff said, you're right, bro. That's what I don't understand. They selling dreams, taking the money, and building the products. LOL.
It's like, yeah, like legit. We talked about this before. It's like the reverse of what we're used to. Usually you have a product and then you get investors. Now you get investors and then you have to build a product. And 99% of these projects don't even end up building anything.
Oh, yo, can we revisit something we talked about?
Yeah,
I saw a
go ahead.
tweet the other day that said it's been 70. Was it 70? It's been like, maybe it was 30. Was it 70 days
Pixelmon
since Pixelmon made a tweet?
made a tweet. They ran off with 70 million.
Damn.
Fam,
They ran off
they're
with
like, hey,
70.
hey, guys, we rugged you. We rugged you. Okay, look, we messed up. We hired some new people. Okay, they're coming through. They're gonna redo the art. Just stand right here. Hold this door for me. I'm gonna go in the back. Man, them dip. They cut through the ceiling. They went to the rooftop. Got on a helicopter. Flew to a private island.
They said they were going to get some milk from the store and never came back.
Yo, dead beats.
That's
Dead
crazy.
beats.
Bro,
Pixelmon, legendary
70.
pixels.
If they're not gonna get in trouble, I don't know like how.
Yo, how could they get in trouble though? They shipped something.
Oh, they did still. I guess
It was hot. It was hot garbage.
man.
Terrible.
The Kevins. Doesn't that seem so long ago?
That seems like a long time ago.
But
That
that's
was
how
not
this
that
world
long.
moves. This world
Covered that,
moves like
4 weeks ago.
so. Then yeah, it must have been what 30 days without a peep.
Yeah,
Wow, fam, crazy.
but
Crazy.
yeah, I mean,
70 M's. They'll never work again.
It is what it
ran
is,
off
man.
on the plug twice.
But
Yeah,
that
but
doesn't mean
anyways.
that that doesn't mean that this space is full of scams at all.
Nah.
Like we said, we even discussed this before. Like 99% of the projects are gonna look like scams. They're probably gonna go to zero, and only the real ones are gonna stay around. Courtney has mentioned a couple of them. JB has mentioned a couple of them. The blue chips, the people that have the team behind them, that are actual business developers, actual like coding experts, like they know what they're doing. Those are the people that you want to kind of put your money behind and your effort behind. But let's segue into NFT gaming, Web3 gaming, blockchain gaming, whatever you call it. Real quick, some big news that I thought was big news. We've mentioned Brycent before on the podcast. Hopefully one day we get to speak to him. He's a content creator, really big in Axie Infinities. He actually raps too. I didn't even realize that. He was dropping some bars on his,
It's been modeling
on his
too.
stream. Yeah, he's like in a whole bunch of different spaces.
Renaissance man.
But he was signed by VaynerSports, has an esports athlete. And I think this is huge because this is probably the first major. I don't know if we should call it. I will call VaynerSports an esports org because they also have another player. I forget his name, Borgas or something like that. He's in Fortnite. So he's a Fortnite player. This is their first NFT gaming player. And I think this is huge because when you start getting corporate dollars behind players to push content out and to push like information out, that's how you know like these organizations believe in the space. So, and you know, Gary V he's a I wouldn't say he's a pioneer in this space, but he's a pioneer in the space still. He's a pioneer in this space. So when he's backing this kind of project up, you know that NFT gaming, blockchain gaming, Web3 gaming, play to earn, whatever you want to call it, play and earn, it's going places. And so I think this will give Brycent an opportunity to really kind of quadruple down on the content like he already has been doing. And maybe we'll start to see Axie Infinity tournaments hosted by VaynerSports, maybe some other, mini nations. Maybe we see some the first first-person shooter tournament, because I know Bryson's been hyping that game up too. So this is huge. When you look at guys like in Warzone, Call of Duty, they're all signed by esports organizations. That's how most of these guys make their money, is being signed by esports organization, and then these organizations fund leagues or they fund tournaments, and that's how these players get more money, and then that's how you bring viewership, and then that's how you onboard people into this ecosystem that we're building here with Web3. So I think that's super, super dope. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
And esports is so massive, and I know there's been a little bit of resistance from a lot of the traditional gaming studios and a lot of the gamers. Many different reasons, whether it be like the eco-friendliness of NFTs, whether it be that game studios have always been nickel and diming gamers and they hate it, whether it be like extracting the value off the platform and they want to make sure that they control their economy. There's a lot of different things, but think about how esports, it compared to regular sports, right? So regular sports, you have the team might be privately owned, then there's like the league, then there's like the broadcast company, and then there's the players. There's all these different entities that they all have their own interest and they got to work together. In esports, the company that designs the game can host the tournament and have a team in the tournament and put it out on Twitch and earn money off of it, like directly. So it's like esports is it's analogous to something that we know, but it's a different beast because the economics, the money flows different. And then you stack on like that creator economy where you can have a guy like Brycent who has his own audience that he can monetize directly aside from what his team pays him. I just feel like the whole esports game come like smashing head on with crypto. I'm excited about it, man, because I even JB, like, yo, we started an esports team just for fun, not like to compete. You know, we
had a tournament.
Yeah, we ran some tournaments. We got some people together, and like, it's a thing. Like, it's not a fad, bro. I think it's growing. Big brands are noticing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and to your point, this is a one that I'm very interested in. VaynerSports is ahead, man. They're ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I think it's like you know, a way to even the playing fields. And you know, we grew up and it's like, oh, don't play video games, they're bad for you, you'll never be anything. And now it's like, okay, like, yeah, there's a lot of money to be made in this space. But Cased Up sent a message. He said, dude, all my soul NFTs actually do something and the FP freaking sucks. Everybody knows ETH is where the money's at, right? And I think for the projects that are actually doing something, as long as they stick to it, I think over time people's investment strategies will start to change and they'll start looking for products and teams that are building things that are sustainable. And that's when I think projects like some of the ones you may own Cased Up will start to actually you know, pick up in hype and people will start buying in. So those are just more long-term holds. That's the way I see it.
And I would agree too. Like, I pay a lot of money for stupid stuff like skins in like gun skins in Apex Legends. So if it gets to the point where a game becomes truly fun for the sake of the game, and people have enough of their friends playing the game that rank in that game becomes a form of social currency, that's when you're going to see people paying up to get those items that are on floor because they might represent something different now. Like, I love the fact that in many nations you can if you hold a premium skin, you get bonus on the battle pass.
Yeah.
Like that. That's enough utility for me, baby. That's all I need. Because when I grind that battle pass, now I'm gonna unlock guns that I can mint, and even if I flip them for $10 a pop, like the game was free, I'm gonna come out ahead of anything I ever earned on Madden. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a matter of like network effect. When the games become more popular, I think all those things trickle down, and it's reflected in the values of the items.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people don't remember. Like, I don't know if you guys ever played Among Us.
Yeah.
So Among Us was a game that had been around for like years. It was a small game, indie game that had been around for years, and it was like Pokemon and XQC, like these big streamers that decided to host like a mini games night or whatever, like they normally do. They put on Among Us. thing went viral, and then that game itself went super nuclear, and everybody was playing it. Now that it's dead now, but the issue is because they couldn't keep up with the hype. But that's going to be the biggest difference. You'll be able to tell what games are going to be able to stick around. If there are core players that will stick to it through like the bad times, that's a good game. Because when they make that change, people are going to hop back on. Like, look at Fortnite. We talked about this last time. Fortnite was dead. Then they took away building, and now it came back. Like, these things happen. It's a cycle. So to what K-Stuff says, like, if you're in a project that has good utility and people actually vibe with the community, people actually want to be invested in the community, it's gonna bounce back, because eventually those people are gonna be the champions. They're gonna be like, yo, come play this. Like, bro, Courtney's been like, yo, mini nation. He's sending screenshots to the group. Now other mans are gonna want to get competitive and get in on the action, right? And that's how you get daily users coming back. So speaking of games that are actually playable in the metaverse, because there are a lot of games that are hyped up and you can't play them. They're just all hype. Here's another game that you guys can get onto is Spider Tanks. Courtney, you want to give me
Got it.
access here? Let me pull this up real quick.
Spider Tanks or Spider Tangs?
Spider Tanks, TANKS. So real quick, I'll actually show you guys how it looks. My screen's gonna disappear real quick.
Wait. I don't know what to expect here. What do I expect here? Do I expect like a pixelated little cell phone game, or is this some
So this
Godzilla?
is a game you actually download onto your computer. Oh, it's gonna pull up right here. Let me know if you guys can see it. Give me a second. I'm gonna share screen.
Spider-Man. Is it a Spider-Man thing or not?
No. It's like
Yo, take in how Spider-Man owns the spider, bro. You can't say nothing spider without thinking about Peter. Peter Parker, shout out. Yeah, it was there, fam. It was there.
No, that was the wrong screen. You guys see that?
Looks your background.
My background?
Oh, okay. I see it. I see it.
It's there.
No, I see it.
Is it there right now?
No, it was.
Because I'm streaming, so it's like.
It's because your computer is freaking monster right now. You got
there we go.
OBS, YouTube.
Yeah, we doing everything.
Spider
Tanks. So this is the game right here. Everybody gets
but mans aren't seeing nothing. Aren't seeing nothing.
Oh, I see it on the stream.
Oh, you do? Okay, then don't let me block you from being great.
Okay, yo, that's actually kind of cold.
So yeah, Courtney, you'll just have to see it on stream. Unfortunately, I can't share via Zoom right now. But yeah, so you get free tanks. Everybody gets a free tank. You can customize it. It comes with so many different you get free weapons, but you can get so many other things, right? So you could fully customize your tank. Pretty sick. Then let's just go into the shooting range, because sometimes it takes a little longer to find people. I think this game looks pretty nice. Like, they took their time to develop this. So this is the game mechanics. And JB, you can plug in a controller.
Yes.
So basically what you're doing is like capture the flag. You can do capture the flag. You can do PvP, like where your team battle. And then there's also like a catch chicken game mode. And this is pretty much it. So you have different specialties. So like I could put a shield on. I could shoot a turret if I wanted to. And so all of your tanks all have different NFTs. So back out of this real quick. Or sorry, all of your tanks are NFTs, and they all have different
like utilities, or
different weapons,
abilities,
okay,
different specials. So the free ones, they're absolute garbage. You guys are gonna see this right now. I just hopped into a match. Hopefully it'll be very quickly. That's one thing that I like too. Like, it's not like dead. You can actually get into a match pretty quickly.
Okay.
This car right here is a Snoop Dogg.
Bro, Snoop Dogg's in everything, bro. He's in Call of Duty.
Yeah, yo. When I seen that Snoop Dogg got a car in this, I was like, wow. People are talking. You can see people talking.
Yo, the graphics on this are far above what I anticipated.
Yeah. What blockchain is this on?
So I'm actually not. Oh, this is on Gala. So it's a
I don't even know what that is.
Ethereum. It's like an Ethereum back. Well, no, Ethereum is the base layer, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So basically, right now, what is this? Collecting chicken. So you can go collect the chicken, and then you gotta deposit it. But people are out here gonna be trying to shoot you. This is my own teammates. So I think this is pretty sick. So this is an actual NFT that you can buy. You can see how much better it is. Like it moves faster, it shoots better. Like, but that guy he's just running into a wall. Anyways, I'm gonna back out of this game for the sake of time. Just wanted to show you guys the gameplay real quick.
And when did this game release? When did it come out?
It just became available to play like within the last couple of days. It's been in development for, I would say, the better part of like a year. Because I think when you told me about this, when you told me about NFT Gaming, Courtney, that's when I came across Gala, the platform. So they had a couple of these games that were in development. So this is their first beta release where you can actually go and download it. So I'll show you guys very quickly, if you're interested, how to get started.
We're definitely gonna have to dig deeper into that Gala because, yo, you could be in this stuff every day. Yo, every day, 24 hours of the day, I'm thinking about crypto, and I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so you guys want me to do a dive into Gala real quick?
Oh, you know a thing or two?
Yeah, just a quick dive into Gala. So Gala is what you would consider like a Steam. All right. So Steam, when you log onto your PC or PlayStation Store, if you're a console man, or Xbox Store, I don't know what they're called, Microsoft Store or whatever. So this is a marketplace. Gala's a marketplace. So they have multiple different games, but they also sell the NFTs for the games on the marketplace. So you can think of them as like a platform where you host your NFTs, you mint your NFTs on them, and they also give you access to their tokenomics so that you can use their tokens in your game. So they have a store where you can buy all the NFTs that are available, maps if the game has maps and stuff like that. This is your inventory. So like I was telling you guys, it's on the Gala platform, but it's backed by ETH. So if you want to buy stuff, load up your ETH, or you can buy Gala from most major.
Can you use BAT?
Yeah, I've never heard of BAT.
It's like
that's default, basic attention token. So if you use the Brave browser, it basically doesn't have ads, and so they compensate people for giving their attention. If you're a content creator, you can earn BAT, you can send BAT. It's like a way of them helping people keep their privacy by not pimping out all your personal data.
That's good. So if you're getting some BAT, you can load it up in here and buy some NFTs. So these are all the games that they have. Most of them are in development. Townstar, we talked about that last time. That's like kind of like a mobile game. So this one's like one of the first PC games that I know of that you
can
Walking
Dead game.
PC. Yeah, The Walking Dead.
Are all of these NFT games like I can earn skins? So I can play Walking Dead game and earn skins.
Yep. All of these are NFT games. So if you wanted to register, I'm already here, but you would log out real quick. So you just hit the register button, fill out your information. You don't have to put your real information, of course. Set up your wallet, and then you would just go to games, and you would just download the game. This would normally say download. It'll install a Steam browser type thing, and then you install the actual game. So every time you want to play, boom, you hit this. It boots up on your PC game, and you're in. So this is I think the only game that I know of that's not a browser game. It's an actual PC game. You have to download it onto your computer. Now, this is the part where this is the part Courtney likes. My man wants to know, how do I get my return? How do I make money? This game is completely free. You saw me jump in. I put no dollars into it. It's completely free. Everybody gets access to a tank. Now, there's 5 ways to make money. Number 1, you can make money as a pilot. So if you don't own a tank, you can jump in, have your account, whatever, and you can use other people's tanks to fight, and you earn tokens, you earn rewards as you level up and grind the game. That's probably like the easiest way for most people to earn. The second way you can earn is being a captain. So you own a spider tank, which is an NFT, and then you can let other people use the tank. So you let other people use the tank, they earn money, they're earning you money. So it's kind of like a scholarship program that some people are familiar with in Axie and stuff like that. Then you could be a baron. A baron, you own a map. You can buy a map, and you're rewarded based on how developed your map is, and the type of events that occur on your map. So you can level up your map, and more events happen on it. The higher tiered your map, the higher tiered tanks fight on your map, which produces higher rewards. So there's plenty of ways to make money. Fabricator, which I think was actually probably one of the best ones, which is super interesting. If you own a factory, you can produce gear for spider tanks and create upgrades. So people can buy upgrades from your factory, and you make money off of that. And then the last one is Emperor, which is you own a planet, and that just gives you like exponential, like way more rewards. That's obviously if you're a whale and you're kicked out, you buy a planet, and you're just gonna be getting rewards anytime people are on. I guess they live on your planet. But yeah, those are 5 ways that you can make money on spider tanks. And then if you're interested in a gaming platform, I think Gala is one that you want to look into. Gala is an interesting system because if you own a Gala node, they actually pay you in passive income. So they'll pay, it's similar to kind of like, if you had a Bitcoin node, they don't pay you. But if you have a Gala node, you get
a validator.
A validator, yes, that's what it is. If you have if you have a Gala validator, they pay you in daily Gala. I think anywhere from $20 to $50 in Gala a day. So I think that's pretty cool too. So the Gala system is definitely one we'll probably have to cover it in more depth. Maybe make a dedicated video on that one for sure, because it's one of the more developed platforms that are out there for NFT gaming.
Yo, I learned so damn much just right now. I applaud you, my friend, my good man. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
I don't know how much hard drive space I got on my work computer, but I gotta see if I can.
I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's that big. I think it's like a few hundred megabytes. I don't know if their computer has that, but
it probably got some kind of weak firewall that's like a no fun firewall. It's all good. It's all good. I want to
have fun on this work computer. But yeah, I think this game is pretty dope, and the fact that you can get in and play for free, like you're not losing anything, and you can always gain even from a free standpoint. I wish they had a battle pass though. That's the one thing about mini nations that I think is dope. The battle pass, you can see what you're earning. Hopefully they introduce that when they maybe get out of beta, if they ever get out of beta.
Yeah, you need a reason to play the game every day, like either quests or like some kind of challenge system.
And you gotta get that dopamine fire.
Right. Like that's literally, I log in and first thing I do is I check the events for the day, and then I check the battle pass, and I'm like, all right, I'm grinding a level. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yeah, that's it on the NFT gaming side for today. There's obviously more, but we'd be here forever. We covered the whole thing.
Wow.
That was dope. Well, we definitely need to cover Gala, because I never heard of it before.
Gala Games. Yo, well, real quick then, let me tell y'all about what's happening right now in this world of DeFi. So have you guys ever heard of something called liquid staking? Well, have you ever heard of staking? That's the first question.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously, well, not obviously, in case anyone doesn't know, staking is when you take crypto tokens or L1 coins, and you basically lock them up for a certain period of time, and you get rewards for that, right? And so liquid staking, it allows you to get those same rewards without having your coins locked up, right? That's why it's called liquid. Instead of them being illiquid, immovable, untouchable, unusable, then you can actually use them, touch them, move them, right? So it's like having your staking, using it too, right? But liquid staking is something that's becoming a lot more common, and it doesn't exist in like the normal world, but this is something that's built, like it's enabled by DeFi, right? So I'm going to explain quickly a little bit about what's happening in the ecosystem in Stacks. And then I'm going to tell y'all about a bunch of other places where they do liquid staking. And finally, I'm going to tell you about a little trouble in Ethereum land and what might be on the horizon. So first of all, today was the first, they call it a gathering period for Auto Alex Alex is a protocol on Stacks blockchain. They pretty much just like Uniswap. So you can go there to trade tokens, but they also have their native governance token. It goes by the same name as the platform. It's called Alex. Um, Alex is short for automatic liquidity exchange. And so if you stake Alex, you earn Alex rewards, right? So there's basically two kinds of staking. There's like at the protocol layer, where if it's like a proof of stake chain, like Ethereum, Ethereum 2.0, like Luna, like Solana, these are proof of stake chains, right? That's the way that they validate all the different transactions that happen. If you stake on a proof of stake chain, what you're doing is you're committing that currency to say like, this is the state of truth of the network. And if I'm lying, then I allow you to slash or destroy some of the money that I'm putting up. But in reward for putting that money up, you earn like an interest rate. You know what I'm saying? Another type of staking is like just like on tokens. So Alex is a protocol. It's not a L1 blockchain. It's just a protocol. It's like Uniswap. And they need to have an incentive for people to not just sell their coin all the time, to sell their token all the time. So they reward people for locking it up and making it liquid. Because if there's a demand stays constant, but the supply is restricted, like we saw during the pandemic. What about lumber? There wasn't as much lumber around. What happened to the price of lumber? Went way up. You feel me? So they want to do the same thing with staking rewards. Alex is like, we want our token to go up. So if you lock your token up, then we'll give you more of the token. They incentivize people to stake it. You feel me? So it's either for consensus mechanism or it's for an incentive to not dump the token. Okay. Well, Auto Alex is a thing where you can stake your token, and instead of it just going away, you get something in return that's like kind of like an IOU. It's called Auto Alex, and one Alex makes one Auto Alex. And then you hold on to that Auto Alex, and then what they're doing in the background is they're staking that Alex. And then when they get the rewards, they like add it together, and then they stake it again automatically. And then they get rewards, and they add it together, and they compound it and compound it and compound it and compound it. So over time, one Auto Alex becomes worth more than one regular Alex. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that's brand new. It just came out today on the Stacks blockchain. And I jumped in that thing face first because I had already been staking Alex. I am definitely not suggesting that you follow me, but it's what I'm doing. I'm telling you what my personal choices are. And the reason why is just because like when you have something that automatically compounds, it changes from an APR to an APY. And like, what the hell does that mean, Courtney? Okay, so you have simple interest. This is a financial literacy, damn it. Get your pencils out. You have simple interest, which is like, I put $100 in the bank, and if I'm getting, 1% on it at the end of a year, I'm going to have $101. That's simple interest. It's just you get the interest, and just at the end of the day, it adds on. Compound interest is every single time when you earn, it is added to the principal, and then the amount that's earning becomes larger and larger and larger. So like I might have, that same 1%, but before it becomes a full dollar, they're adding it on, and that 110 cents is adding interest. Then 115 cents is adding interest. And at the end of the year, I might end up with $1.05 instead of $1.01 because it's compounding. You feel me? So when it's Auto Alex, you're actually getting an APY, and the APY right now is crazy. It's like 1,000% compared to when it's linear, or when it's simple interest, it's like 200%, which is still absolutely bananas. So liquid staking, you can see why it's attractive. You don't have to like manually harvest your rewards and then add them to what you're doing. Like it happens on autopilot automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like a bank account. And as everything's getting more expensive, you don't want to just be holding assets. You want your assets to be working for you, right? So people are staking all different kinds of stuff. Ton of different things you can stake. Luna is a very popular one, right? Luna is an asset on the Terra blockchain. Terra is a proof of stake blockchain. And so you can stake Luna, right? When you stake Luna, you give it to a validator. They hold on to it, but you don't have it anymore, right? Crazy thing is, you can go to a protocol called Anchor. It's like one of those, dApps that you can plug into. You swap Luna for this thing called bonded Luna. And as soon as you do that, they take your Luna and in the background, they give it to somebody and that person stakes it. And so you have bonded Luna that now you can still move it around. You can trade it. You can use it as collateral, take a loan against it. You could do all different kinds of stuff, but you're still earning that interest in the background. They also have something called AUST. So UST is the stablecoin version. You could do the exact same thing. You could deposit UST into Anchor protocol. You could get like 19% return. And while your UST is in Anchor, you're holding on to something that's called AUST, which represents that anchor that you have that's gaining interest. So it's like literally liquid staking has made it so that you can get staking rewards without losing access to that capital. It's like, it's a serious breakthrough that doesn't exist in traditional finance. It only exists in DeFi. And I think it's highly slept on, because if people understood that, like literally you're holding more or less the same asset, of course there could be slippage, like when you're trading from one back to the other, like you might lose a percent here or there. And the values aren't always going to be 100% pegged for whatever reason, just because of fees, and like doing transactions on the blockchain, or maybe you have to pay the validator or the validator gets slashed, whatever. But like on the long and short of it, like this liquid staking thing is like the best thing since sliced bread. And not that many people that I know about it. But did you guys know about liquid staking?
Only because of you.
Yeah, I only knew the term because you dropped it. But I knew about Alex from like just exposure to Bitcoin Monkey and that ecosystem. I jumped into their, like, somebody had mentioned like it, so I just jumped in when I was trading my stacks and doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff on this crazy platform called Alex Go. And then you had mentioned that they're about to do this at Alex. Is that what's called? At Alex?
Yeah, it stands for automatic.
Yeah,
AT
so
Alex.
when they did that, I was just like, all right, cool. It's a no brainer. And what I like is that if you had Alex from before, if you hit that like auto stake or something, it just automatically harvests all your manual staking. It harvests all the rewards and automatically puts it into auto Alex. So I didn't have to do anything for that. So I thought that was pretty dope too.
Yeah, so I mean, liquid staking is like a thing that's really popular, and there's a many use cases for it. Like I said, you want to be able to use your assets, and so here's the big one, right? Because this wasn't something that was created on Stacks. The most popular place to stake is, well, let's just say, what's the place that's grabbing all the headlines lately? Y'all heard of Ethereum 2.0, which is now rebranded as just Ethereum. They have something that's called the Beacon chain. Okay. So right now you have proof of work Ethereum, and it's eventually going to become proof of stake Ethereum. The proof of stake Ethereum already exists. It's just not processing transactions right now, but it's been running for many months, and that's part of like them ramping it up and getting it ready. Like, it's already functioning. And so because it's already functioning, that means people can already be staking. Remember, I said part of that participation in the consensus mechanism was putting up those tokens in proof of stake. So people can already stake on ETH 2.0 on this thing. Is called the Beacon chain, right? But it takes 32 Ether to spin up a brand new validator node and stake on your own. That's about, I don't know, like right now, like 90K US, or like somewhere close to 100 grand. So if you literally don't have exactly 32 ETH, you cannot stake solo dolo, which is obviously a barrier to entry for most people. So what people have been doing is going a custodial route. If you're on Coinbase or you're on Kraken, they have options for you to stake, which is cool, but it's fully custodial. So people have been going to something else that is very popular. Enter liquid staking. Okay. There's a platform that's called Lido, Lido. And matter of fact, I think I'll share my screen at this point in time.
Yes,
I
sir.
think it's I think it's appropriate.
Definitely.
Let me pull this bad girl up. Okay. So Lido is liquidity for your staked assets. That's what they say, right? And there's over 100,000 stakers, and there's many different. Well, they got that big old Ethereum diamond in the back, but there's many different assets you can stake. Terra, Solana, Polygon, Kusama, and what you're doing here is you're depositing assets. They mint you the ST version of that asset. So like Ethereum, you put in Ether and you get back ST Ether in the same proportion. And then when they collect enough of that, they send it to one of their 20 hand-picked validators. Now you can read all this and go through it if you want, but more or less what happens is it's run by a DAO. Okay, so it's not centralized in the same way that Kraken or Binance is or Coinbase is. It's quote unquote decentralized, but they only have 20 node operators that run these validators for them. And so as people deposit into Lido, once they have each set of 32 ETH, they spread it out evenly against these 20 node operators who are selected by the DAO. And they spin up a new instance and they start earning rewards. And as they earn those rewards, what they do is there's a way for them to check like how much rewards are being earned, how much is being slashed for being offline and all that kind of stuff. And they just keep giving you ST ETH in the amount of the rewards that you're getting, right? They take their little cut, but the amount of ST ETH that's in your wallet is going to grow in proportion to the amount of rewards you're getting. And like, this is good because you don't have to have 32 ETH. You can have half an ETH and do this. So it's really enticing for a lot of people to get involved, right? And it sounds well and good. But it's kind of weird. There's always a but. On the Beacon chain, you got a bunch of different, you can see here, you got a bunch of different, I don't know what you call these people, entities that are staking on the Beacon chain. And based on the depositors, this red one right here is Lido. This blue one is called Other. So that's everything that doesn't fit into the rest of this. Okay. Lido is the biggest depositor on the Beacon chain by triple who's second place. You see what I'm saying? In the last 30 days, Lido says that 75% of all people who were new stakers on the Beacon chain came through Lido because the product that they set up is so easy and it's less centralized and going through an exchange. But what they're doing is, I mean, it's not like I don't want to say they're explicitly doing something wrong, but in a world where the value is security, knowing that if a transaction gets written, that it can't get unwritten, and decentralization, meaning that control does not lay with one organization or one person, we're getting to a point where the decentralization could potentially down the road, if the trend continues, be threatened if too much or a majority of the staked ether is laying with one company, if you feel what I'm saying. Even though it's a DAO and as a DAO is distributed, like look at this chart here. This chart shows the liquid staking balance. Lido is this, like, I don't know what you call this, salmon flavor is this. They have 90% of all staked ether. So when people are, or I should say liquid staked ether, not all staked ether, liquid staked ether. So when people don't have 32 ETH, they're generally messing with Lido. So I guess what it illustrates is that, you know, they have a lock on the market. Like they have a product that people want. And I think they've made a commitment because there's been a lot of backlash that people have been talking about. Like, this is a point of major centralization. If you guys have over 50%, like think about how much of like an attack vector that is for Ethereum. If you control half of the staked ether, you could manipulate transactions. You could do all kinds of stuff if you guys really wanted to, if you got together and made a coordinated attack, right? Or if, legal came down on that small entity, that DAO, right? It could be a threat. So they've made a pledge that they will never allow themselves to have more than 50% of all the staked ether. But I just thought it was funny. Like, this thing is so cool, and I was getting into it, but then I started looking like, wait, hold on. This thing could actually be a ticking time bomb.
Simply because one organization owns most of the staked ETH.
Exactly. And it's a growing amount. It's not like it's slowing down, like 75% of all new stakers in the last 30 days. And that stat I pulled was from 6 days ago. So it's not like a old stat. Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, if you got 32 ETH, stake that by yourself, or or just buy Bitcoin, because it runs on proof of work, which is a whole nother lesson for another day. But I don't have that much exposure to Ethereum for reasons like this.
I think it's interesting that, like, one of the biggest issues that we have with our traditional finance, which is like everything is centralized and bottles up at the top, is also hitting like all of the major cryptocurrencies that are backed by like traditional banks and VCs and whatnot. Like, they're all being hit by the same issue of like it all controlled by a handful of people, but not Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, and there's nothing to stop people, because think about it. Once you own a certain amount of like ether, if you deposit it and you stake it, like, you don't have to do anything ever again, and your amount that you own is just going to grow. Whereas with like proof of work, like, yeah, you can have the most hash power, but eventually you're going to have to replace those machines, and that's going to have a capital expenditure, and there might be new technology that comes out where your machines get kind of outdated. So it's like, it's not like you could just, if you get the lead, you just keep the lead forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a constant upkeep of building onto that network. And I think that adds a certain level of parity and like fairness and like protection, realistically. Because if you look at it, like, the node validators, or the node operators, or the validators, what they're called in Ethereum, there's like 6,000-ish of them, which is relatively distributed compared to everything else except Bitcoin. Bitcoin has like well over 15,000 public nodes, and a node is just a copy of the entire blockchain, right? So when that number gets smaller, or it gets harder for people to validate the transactions or to see and double check, man, you're asking for trouble down the line. But hey, I'm not here to throw shade. I'm just here to read the news. I mean, I don't knock Ethereum. I use it all the time, but it's just, you have to understand what asset is used for what purpose, and make sure that you stick to that, so that you're not surprised when things get hairy.
I just think, like, when people start finding out about what other blockchains have to offer, then like things are going to start to get interesting, because everybody just, Ethereum's like the end all be all. But I mean, for us, we know like Stacks is building some really dope stuff, and once they have hyperchains and faster speeds, like they got some stuff coming. You know what I mean? So it's cool to be early in on Stacks, but Ethereum is king right now.
Yeah, I think Ethereum eventually becomes just a settlement layer, and I don't want to say just, but like Gala Games, what Sticks was talking about, like, it obviously has its own network for a reason. It might have faster throughput. It might, be a little bit more centralized, but there's a trade-off, because the risks that are involved might be lower than, holding the balance sheet of a nation, right? It's not that critical. It's like we're talking about a game here. And so you can take those trade-offs to make it a better user experience, because at the end of the day, 90%, 95% of crypto transactions, people could care less of where it's being done. They just want it to be done efficiently. But then for those 5% that are, privacy is key, or security is key, or, if you own a Bored Ape, like, you want to make sure that nobody can backdoor you and like take that. I think that's where something like Ethereum as the base chain is going to be like an ultimate settlement layer for a lot of these decentralized finance things. Um, and Bitcoin is going to be a settlement layer for many, many things, just because you can trust that a transaction that's written to Bitcoin's blockchain is not going to be changed in the future. It's very, very difficult to corrupt. So, yeah, I think you're going to have chains that are like functional, like maybe Solana's for like trading FX, foreign exchange, and like doing stuff that has to be done very fast. And maybe Ethereum is just like where people keep collectibles and like the NFT to the deed to their house, because they know that more or less it's safe on there. And then you're going to use everything else for everything else. Maybe Terra is what they end up using for day-to-day expenses and purchases, because they got all them damn stable coins. They got like damn 15, 20 different stable coins.
What about Cardano?
Cardano is, if there was a metaverse, Cardano would be used to make doormats for everybody across the entire metaverse, somewhere for people to step on, or potentially, if there was bathrooms, it would be used to wipe.
Yo, that's
I don't have anything to add on after that. We've been going for a minute though.
Yeah, and the chat was live, yo. Appreciate K coming.
That's my dog.
Chatting up.
That's my dog.
Yeah, yo. I
Man.
appreciate the share too. Everybody, make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out. Any final thoughts? Anything?
Join our Discord, man. We have conversations like this on a daily basis. Don't just wait till night school to come talk to the Degens. We're degening every day. We all mine fiat during the day, but we still have time to come in, talk some DeFi, talk some NFTs, whatever it may be. So make sure you hop in that Discord, follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
is he peaking for you? Or is he
peaking hard, bro? He's peaking hard.
My fault.
Yeah, back up off the mic, bro.
It's at the end. We're good. And my fiat is pre-mined. I'm just putting that out there.
Pre-mined fiat? Wow.
They already mined it. They just giving me percentage cut of it.
Wow, that must be that royalty check. That's beautiful. Damn.
Yeah, I'm dead. But yeah,
I'm off it, yo. I appreciate you, boys.
Appreciate you too,
I appreciate you, boys. I think I'm gonna go hop on the game a little bit before I crash.
Yes, sir.
You down for a run?
Sleep.
I'm down.
Oh yeah, you got.
I'll get a 1-2
okay.
in. Got a 1-2.
All right, JB. You go get your Metamucil or whatever. We're gonna hit the sticks.
Neocitrin. I don't need fiber.
Is that what Metamucil?
Yes.
Yo. It's time to go. All right, y'all. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday. Peace.
No, what happened?
Oh, shoot.